Right. So Ron Rivera, former head coach of the Carolina Panthers, is now has been appointed to a new job with the Washington Redskins. Now, he was really approached by Dan Snyder, who is the owner of the Washington Redskins, and he wanted to turn this whole season around. The good thing is, in that press conference, Ron Rivera, has a good heart. He has that still the mentality like, hey, I want to get the players involved. This is going to be a good ownership. And the difference between like teams that are performing well to teams that are not, like the Chiefs, the Seahawks, the Patriots, the Ravens, 49ers, teams that's like really just showing depth in the playoffs and always manage to have a good season 95% of the time, compared to teams that are struggling consistent years, stated that it has to be coach-centered and player-centered, meaning that his success with Cam Newton over the years had developed his game into like a promising career. Of course, before he had a shoulder injury, and just him just working hard in the office, learning his strengths of the players. Because you got to think about it, this man had a 73-61 record. Okay, throughout the whole years of him coaching the Carolina Panthers, appeared to one Super Bowl and lost to the Denver Broncos. But then they went 15-1 that year in Super Bowl 50. And he want the players to experience the Super Bowl. He want them not only, of course, just go to the Super Bowl, but actually win. And that's his main goal there. If you're not, he said, and I quote, if you're not planning on being you just being a coach just for the money, then you came into the wrong profession. This is like 34 years in him in the game, just being around football. Football is a big part of his life. And I think Dan Snyder picked up a great coach. And I look at, analyze the Washington Redskins. They're fourth in the NFC East in this particular moment. You can see they got blown out by the Cowboys, right? 47-16. And, with the Cowboys, they're in the couch right now, sitting on the couch, unfortunately. I like Dak Prescott, but if they would have beat the Philadelphia Eagles a couple weeks ago, they wouldn't be in that situation. They'd probably be in the postseason. But we're in there. We're just moving on, right, to 2020. Fourth in MCs, man. And I think they split maybe with the Giants, if I'm not mistaken, bro. But pretty much, for the most part, they've been on a decline for a while, man. RG3 did seem very promising a few years ago. And now he's with a new team. But after, the whole Mike Shanahan type thing that's been going on with him, and him was in the game for a long period of time, disrupted his knee, and he haven't been right ever since. Now he's the backup quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. Shouts out to him, because he's on the winning team and might have a possibility going to the Super Bowl. But for the Redskins' sake, it's they have a series of discipline issues. The Albert Haynesworth situation, all this stuff going on, man, with them. But I see they got a series of new guys like Steve Sims Jr. He came up okay. I think he have 88 yards and a few receptions and one touchdown against them. Against the Cowboys. You got Case Keenum. I believe he's going to develop with Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins seemed really strong, because they was actually on a good winning streak until he got injured, and Case Keenum had to come in and understand the play in the middle of the season. That can be very difficult. I see like how he was performing with the Minnesota Vikings. Case Keenum was like, he was killing it. So you had to give that to him. But hey, man, it's going to a divisional rival game like the Cowboys and lose like that. I know it's going to be very tough. And he was saying that mentally they're probably not there, but he can get them there, and he's going to be a mentor to them, even if you have to do it individually. A 55-man roster, 53-man roster, he's going to say, I'll go to their house, I'll talk to them, because that's what a good coach does. Not only if they're going to have success in the football field, these are men. We're going to develop them as men in society, in the community. And I think that's a very powerful statement for Ron Rivera. And it's not going to be easy, because you're going against the Philadelphia Eagles twice a year, the Cowboys twice a year, and the Giants. And the Giants are still a steadily developing team. Of course, with Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones. Danny Dimes is looking really good. So it's going to be an interesting year. And who knows, man? Redskins may be a competitive team. They may go 9-7 next year. The NFC East is really not too competitive at this moment. It's like everybody is still developing in that division. Even though it's like the Eagles really be having the most success for the most part, between the Eagles and the Cowboys. But if they can get back in the past, like the 90s Redskins, man, the old school mentality, I think it would be great. But You know, we just got to see, you know, especially with how Cam Newton's going to do with the Carolina Panthers, man. I don't know if he's going to be a free agent or not, but I think he's going to have that same mentality. He's going to develop Dwayne Haskins. It's really good. You got a great, you know, rookie quarterback. He's going to be going to his prime years, and just develop a great system. Understand the staffing, the players, man, and just have the players play for their families. And I just think that he's going to steer them to the right direction, because it can be very discouraging when you're losing. I mean, see, I'm a Los Angeles Chargers fan, so we need some changes for ourselves. We need O-line, new QB. I don't know what the future holds for that team. That's for a whole nother video. But I want to talk about Ron Rivera. When one door closes, another door opens. And this is a prime example of like, oh, okay, well, he's going to be the good coach. We'll see, man. You know, the defense of the Redskins, now they did show some hope, because I analyzed and seen how they played against the Cowboys, even though they got blown out 47-16. But in the first 3 quarters, they were, because some of it was pretty much turnovers, and the Cowboys had like great field position. It made it easy for them to score, but they were playing at a high level at first. But, you know, the offense couldn't produce. When your offense is producing 3 and outs, defense get a little bit tired and prone to make a little bit more mistakes. Your only defense can do so much, you know, especially you don't have an elite defense. So you got to always take as much opportunity as you can. You got to, every time you have the ball, you got to score. You got to score. You just have to, or get some type of field goal, get something going. But if they fix the O-line, that'll be good, and develop Chris Thompson, I believe he's the running back for the Redskins, they'll be just fine. And I believe this is it's a good foundation for Ron Rivera, man. Maybe this is a good redemption for him. And I genuinely see that in him. I see him like Anthony Lynn, like they really love their teams, and they understand the game of football, and they want to win. They want to get to that Super Bowl, get to that ring, get to that podium. Like, hey, you got it. But it's always going to start. It's going to start in training camp. It's going to start in the draft. All that stuff, man, because the off season, you plant the seeds for the regular season. So it's all how these people are going to perform in the playoffs as well. Not playoffs, but, you know, in the preseason. But, yeah, this is a good thing, I believe, for Redskins fans. You know, Louis T, he's a Redskins fan. Subscribe to him on YouTube. He analyzed like every NFL football game. I'm pretty sure he's going to do the playoffs this year. But, yeah, this is good. I mean, this is not bad news at all for the sports world here. If you're a Washington Redskins fan, it's like, hey, what do you have to lose? Let's go ahead and see what Ron Rivera can do and just add key players. And you might be competitive in the NFC East. This is your boy Yunglinkjr. If you guys like this video, continue to like, comment, subscribe. Please donate to the channel at the cashapp at Yunglinkjr, man. And yeah, you guys take care. I'm out. Deuces.